You can now buy a home with just 3.5% down on an FHA loan and never turn over a single tax return. If I said that out loud to a business owner, they would tell me I'm crazy. They would tell me that you need 2 years of tax returns, bank statements, pay stubs, and a big down payment. But that is not true anymore. There's a loan built for business owners and entrepreneurs, and it works off just one document, not your entire tax history. So stick around and I'm gonna tell you what that document is. So in this video, I'm gonna show you how a business owner, anyone who's self-employed or an entrepreneur, can buy a home with 3.5% down with just a profit and loss that is self-prepared. And you do not need 2 years of tax returns. Now, you've probably said this before. I don't have enough income, my taxes suck, they don't look good, the bank's not gonna qualify me for a loan. Now, a lot of businesses actually make money and they make more money than their tax returns show. But because their tax returns have so many write-offs, they don't qualify. Business owners and entrepreneurs are savvy. Every write-off that they take means they pay less taxes, which you might be in that situation. But just because you have a lot of write-offs and you pay less taxes doesn't mean you can't get a home loan. So the more write-offs you have, the less income you show on your tax returns, which the banks don't like and they would not lend to you in the past in that situation. So here's how this program gets around that. So instead of pulling your tax return, the lender qualifies you based on a simple profit and loss that you create that shows your revenue, your expenses, and your net income. No tax returns required whatsoever, and your write-offs are now no longer working against you. So that's the income piece that's now solved. Now let's talk about the other thing that's stopping people from buying a home before they even start. The other thing that people say all the time is, my business hasn't been around long enough. Well, the truth is your business only needs to be around for 2 years. If you can show a business license that shows you've been in business in 2 years, you meet the minimum requirement. The only other thing you need at that point is proof that your business is active and that profit and loss that we talked about, and you're all set. So now that you know your income is good, your business qualifies because it's been around long enough, there's one more thing that people think is standing in their way of buying a house. And if this is the first time you've heard about a loan program like this, please hit the subscribe button. I'm sharing all kinds of different creative loan programs that might be able to get you in your next house every single week. The other big thing that I hear all the time is I don't have 20%. Hell, I don't even have 10% to put on a down payment. So let's break that down real quick. If you're buying a $500,000 house and you think you need 20%, that's $100,000. That's a lot of money that most people don't have just laying around. So with this program, you only need $17,500. That's a difference of $82,000 in down payment that you do not need to buy a $500,000 home. So the other thing to keep in mind for this profit and loss only FHA program is a 640 credit score. That's it. Besides having a 640 credit score, one other requirement is you need 3 open and active trade lines that have been open and active for the last 12 months. So basically, if you have a credit card that's been open for a year, a car loan, or another credit card, a student loan. The student loan gets a little bit tricky because if you have a student loan, you have to be making payments on it. But basically, you need 3 open and active trade lines for the past 12 months to qualify for this program. So let's do a quick recap. So the income portion is solved, right? You have a self-prepared profit and loss, you're good to go. Then you need your business to be active for 2 years, and we need some way to prove that, like a business license. Then all you need is 3.5% down. And the last requirement is having a 640 credit score with 3 open and active trade lines for the past 12 months. All right, so if you're self-employed, you own any kind of business, or you're an entrepreneur and you want to buy a house with just 3.5% down, click the link in the description and book a call, and we could see if we could get you into your next house.